Yeah, he's saying ban one more. You were saying it right. After they ban two, he picks from the remaining stages.
You just pick, so ban one, then the next person bans two, then you pick the remaining.
They're just going over how things work. So the way it is, chat. So we have Scooby's Mansion banned for 1v1s, and you rock paper scissors out. There's 6 stages available to us at the moment, and you can ban one. The opposing player bans 2 of them, and you pick from the remaining 2. I see it 1, 1, 2. Oh, you were the remaining 3. Excuse me. And then when we get more stages, we'll adjust the stage list as we need to make it more suitable. But that's it. We're improving over time. We'll get more stages as time comes through. That'll be fun. But right now we're just waiting. They're getting it figured out now. This is CatchableGinger's first time here, so not sure how they're gonna play. We haven't seen that yet, but we're gonna get things started. We got game number 1 here. It's at CatchableGinger versus. Oh my god, I put their name as Morty. I saw Morty and did that. So it's Ricoshmokes versus CatchableGinger. I said this is their first time here, and not exactly the easiest first matchup be going up against here. Rico is one of our better players.
Now, Rico was saying that after this recent patch, those loops are actually not working as
so they still work, but they don't go as far, which is fine. I think that he's still got a combo game, and it still loops enough. But Bugs is still such a solid character that it's like you can still operate without him.
Yeah, exactly. With Bugs as a whole, like their kit is just so good.
Yep, and that's already a knockout going off the top. Rico's very good at baiting jumps. It's something I learned when I actually went up against him, is that he will throw out projectiles, pies, and everything like that, specifically to force jumps out of you and then just side air you to oblivion. So Catchable is going to have to be very careful about that.
Yeah, no, going to be a rough time. I feel like the biggest thing about this matchup specifically is Bugs is kind of one of those characters, as much as they're a mage, they're hard to get off once they're on.
Yeah, that setup covers so much. Like you have to go to the left, reading the fact that he's putting the rocket up beforehand, and then you're stuck on ledge. So like
yeah,
you're forced to take his route no matter what.
Exactly. It just cuts off so many options that you're kind of left with not much. Luckily, he was only at a lower percent, so not going to lose the stock. Rico just kind of laying the pressure on. Still has his first stock. Rocket not going to take it.
He's having a very hard time getting an opening right here. One of the biggest things you got to do against Bugs in general is that, but finding the knockout can be a bit rough because most of what Morty does for knockouts in general is going above you. And Bat just beats you out. So you have to find a way to get more horizontal knockouts, which is not in Morty's main it's not one of his main win conditions.
Yeah, no, definitely tough for Morty.
Right
Gonna jump right into the Rocket though and lose the stock. Rocket, very strong move, heavy projectile, having a little bit of a pause, thinking about what's going to happen here.
That was a clean 3-piece right there, getting some damage on.
But definitely looking a little rough. CatchableGinger has a very long way to go in order to take this first stock.
I feel like he's starting to find his way in more. Like I feel like the adjustments are getting better around some of the air-to-air game that Rico's done. But now Rico's playing more grounded for it because all right, well now I'm just going to stay still and put stuff out, wait on my cooldowns, and then I'll go at you again.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of giving it a second and waiting. 40% though, I mean, is starting to rack up a bit. Still has 2 or 3 whole stocks to take, and already almost at 80%.
Yeah, and using the gun to actually knock away the pie, that was pretty smart because he was trying to cover and put a jump in already. This getting close to a 3 stock, I feel like CatchableGinger's got it close. There he is. He finally finds one.
Yeah, going for the true combo of the down air into the forward air, getting that first stock, but going to get down air, almost got the up air.
That was almost perfectly on mark too because he hit him just below the stage, but he was still just up on that and almost lined up with the up air. Passive damage is getting better though. I feel like after this first game, CatchableGinger's going to have a better time going into game 2. I don't know if he takes this first game. This is a hard lead to come back from, but you can see the adjustments are there.
I mean, I'm going to get hit right with the rocket, lose the stock. Unfortunate, but this is going to go into Rico's favor here as he takes the first game. I feel like the adjustments were being made, but just not quick enough, that's all.
Yeah, like I said, it was a late game thing. Yeah, Bugs is a hard character to make a comeback on. It is possible. Rico is very good at holding a lead, but sometimes he could get a little flowcharty when he has a lead, and that's usually when you can make your way back in. That's something I noticed for the people who either had good rounds on him or were able to beat him before. But that being said, still a hard task. It is not an easy task to do against Rico. He's very strong, and I'm glad to see that he's still rocking with the bugs after deciding to he was debating on the idea of not going with bugs today, but I think this is the right choice.
Yeah, I think so too. It's definitely something that we need to basically see and hopefully able to make the adjustments and get this game number 2 so we can go into game number 3. But Bugs is one of those characters that is very difficult to deal with, has very large hitboxes, very destructive kill power, so it's going to be kind of tough. Morty has the tools to kind of, you know, rack on the damage, but not the best at getting the kills. Kind of very similar to like, you know, Rain Dog, where it's like you really only have like a few options to get those stocks.
Yeah, there's a lot of good zoning that you got. There's a lot of good controlling the pace of the game that you have, but it's all about lining it up and then finding your dare without putting it to attack decay. And that can be kind of hard. He did counter pick him over to Tree Fort, so this is I hate using this term because it's so cliche, but it's a bit of a double-edged sword because Morty does have the ability to like force you to have to take projectiles here, but you also get looped or nared straight off stage against Bugs, and he can easily just side air you off stage from that. So you have to have good stage control.
Yeah, you have to be able to hold your own in stage versus Bugs if you're going to bring him to a small stage like this. Bugs does have very good neutral, going to go for the down air, but Armor is going to protect Morty in those situations.
That was good delay on using the portal too, because Rico actually was trying to position himself where post-portal would happen, but he actually drifted too far down because of the late usage of it. So being able to have teleports, definitely seeing amongst Rick and Morty so far how they can operate. I can only imagine what some characters are going to be like in the future. Like if we ever see someone like a Scorpion show up, now I feel like a teleport punch could actually work.
I believe so too. I think that it would be very interesting to see some of the other characters.
Fun. I'm just going to teleport in on everybody and just punch them. If I see you throwing things at me, especially if it's got no end lag, I'm cheating. But right now, this side air is going to line. I thought he was going to get it, but he knew as soon as that he would teleport in. He teleported immediately almost every time when he's jumped out at him, and he covered it. He covered him in that time.
I think it's funny seeing like some of the player habits and what they do, because you can see Rico trying to go for the lingering love kiss, but it doesn't work because there's no perks.
Yeah, it's I said it's something we're just kind of dealing with today, but for now it's mostly just been Rico's control. Like, I feel like the perks on Morty wouldn't really change too much in this matchup. Is one thing I do know. But you have things like speed or damage overall that might change it, or your cooldowns. We'll see how that affects him here. He's at least looking better compared to Game 1. He's actually close enough to getting a knockout. Dare won't do it yet, but it's getting close.
Yeah, I mean, Rico continuously is going for the dares right now, which is actually kind of a detriment. He's not racking up nearly as much damage as he could if he used other moves, because it is staled at this point, same as CatchableGinger.
So there's that attack decay right there we were just alluding to.
Finally using this. That's the first time they used the UFO.
I was actually curious about that too. I was like, wait, that's definitely the first time we've seen the up special actually come out. And Rico tried to get a charge side air, going for like an aggressive dodge in. That won't be enough. If he finds an up air, it might be enough. Not yet.
Yeah, it's just a lot of down airs right now. Kind of both players going in for that one hit. Safe is going to knock out the stock, though, bringing us to another 2-stock lead as well.
Oh, that would have been ridiculous. You saw he was trying to line up keep him in the nair, put him in the rocket, hit him with an up air. He might have been dead. He actually might have been dead on Tree Fort. That was almost disgusting.
I feel like with how much Rico is jumping in, I would like to see CatchableGinger do short hop up airs, as it has a huge hitbox. If you could time that.
Speaking of huge hitbox, that hammer's still hitting behind you on the startup. He is going for his super aggressive play. He does this sometimes when he has advantage, because why not? He's up 2 stocks, so you're on borrowed time. He goes out there, he gets through with the armor momentarily.
Yeah, going for the armor hits, trying to get the down air, gets the knockout there. CatchableGinger getting the first stock of this game number 2. Having a bit of a hard time with like just catching up. I mean, is that such a deficit here? It's going to be pretty tough to kind of get back, especially if Rico starts to play a little bit more passively and waits for Catchable to make his moves.
Yeah, so it's kind of similar to Game 1 where he's now at knockout percentages, and Rico can afford. Oh yeah, he saw that coming a mile away. He knew he was gonna go for the high one and covered in with the side special, instant knockout. But solid play from CatchableGinger. Like I said, why you do this? There we go. CatchableGinger's first time out here, and I'm happy to see always new faces, brand new people always coming out. It's entertaining for me. It's entertaining for everyone else. And Rico did that to a lot of us the first time when he showed up because we had no idea who he was, and then he went all the way to 4th. And the way he's playing already, looks like he might be getting that again. But now it be my turn, so I'm gonna get this situated. Just go let Lame know that probably gonna be player 1.
I totally would have made it. I mean,